Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're covering the full periodic maintenance schedule for your Bambu Lab A1 3D printer. We'll walk through the tasks you should do weekly, monthly, every 3 months, and we'll cover the extruder inspection. We'll go quite in depth during the lubrication section with step-by-step instructions according to Bambu's own guide. Make sure to check out the description below for links to the exact oil, grease, and applicators I use. Let's get started. First up, weekly maintenance. These are very important tasks to keep your printer clean and safe. Every week, take a quick peek at your cooling fans. These take a little bit of work to get access to, but they are often the dirtiest parts on your printer, so don't overlook them. Let's start with the hot end cooling fan. Oh, and by the way, unplug your printer. First, remove the silicone sock. Next, undo the clasp and pull out the nozzle. Now would be a great time to give the nozzle a good look over since you have it out. It's always a good idea to have a spare one on hand, in my opinion. With the nozzle removed, you can now see the hot end cooling fan. If it's not too dirty, you should be able to just blow it out with some compressed air or a handheld blower like I'm using here. Make sure you hit both sides. When doing so, be sure to hold the fan blades still when blowing. You don't want to turn your fan into a generator and send voltage where it isn't expected and in the wrong direction. For the part cooling fan, let me give you a few tips. Although Bambu recommends cleaning this weekly, I don't believe that it would hold up to frequent disassembly. You can access the fan from the backside and blow it out. If you find for some reason that you do need to open it, there are 4 screws on the bottom that you'll need to remove. There are pointy screws in the front and flat bottom screws in the back, so pay attention to the difference when reassembling. Once the screws are out, you'll have to pry the plastic clasps apart to open up the casing to access the fan. There are wires on the right side, so don't pull too hard. Once the fan is open, you can blow it out or remove any debris and then reassemble the fan. Before we get into the more in-depth items, I want to take a moment to share some information from today's sponsor, PCBWay. Looking for more than just PCBs? PCBWay has been trusted by makers and engineers for over 11 years, offering high-quality PCB fabrication, 3D printing, CNC machining, and sheet metal fabrication, all in one place. Whether you're prototyping or ready for full-scale production, their rapid manufacturing services bring your ideas to life fast. And don't forget to explore their huge project library at pcbway.com/project, packed with thousands of open source builds to inspire your next creation. PCBWay, PCB prototype the easy way. Next up, we have our monthly maintenance. This is where lubrication and more detailed cleaning come into play. This is super important for keeping movement smooth, quiet, and accurate. And Bambu's guide is very clear on how to do it correctly. First, the X-axis linear rail. I've put the steps from the official wiki on the screen. Here's the process. Wipe down the X-axis rail with a lint-free cloth to clean off any dust or oil residue. I like to use these microfiber cloths, and I label them so I don't end up using one with grease or oil on it when I need one that is only supposed to have alcohol on it. Once the linear rail is clean, apply a light, even stripe of lubricant oil along the full length of the rail. You'll probably run out of the oil Bambu includes with the printer pretty quickly, so I recommend picking up a bottle of this Super Lube synthetic oil, as well as these little bottles with the needle applicators. There's some Amazon affiliate links below. Using these links won't cost you anything extra, and it helps support the channel. This needle applicator makes the process much easier. After application, gently slide the tool head from one side to the other a couple times to work in the oil. Finally, wipe off any excess oil so that it doesn't collect dust. Next, the Y-axis guide rail. Again, I've put the instructions from the wiki on screen. Let me guide you through this step by step. I've turned my printer around so that it's easier to see on camera. Push the heat bed forward towards the screen until it stops. Remove this panel by lightly pulling up on it in order to gain access to the Y-axis linear rods. Wipe away any grease or oil from the rods and the adjacent locations. It is also a good idea to vacuum out any debris that might be in here and give it a quick blowout. Apply a thin line of lubricating oil to the rods and spread it evenly. Bambu recommends using the backside of the oil tube. Avoid using anything that can leave fibers behind. I prefer to use these little makeup wedges. Repeat this process on the other side as well. Next, slide the heat bed back and forth a couple of times to evenly spread out the oil. Push the heat bed fully to the front and put the cover back in place. Now, I'm going to leave it off for now as we'll cover bearing lubrication a bit later. Finally, the last monthly item is the hot end heating assembly. After removing the silicone sock from the hot end, clean the attachments on the hot end, then remove the hot end. Use tweezers to roll up a lint-free cloth and dip it in pure isopropyl alcohol, and wipe the surface of the heating assembly clean. I also like to wipe down the hot end and silicone sock before installing everything back in place. Now, let's go on to what Bambu recommends every 3 months or quarterly. These tasks are just as important as the monthly steps, but not needed quite as often. The steps from the wiki are on the screen again. First, slide the tool head over to the purge wiper, and then make sure you have clean access to the lead screws by lowering or raising the X-axis gantry carefully so you can clean them. Since the machine is off and unplugged, you can apply gentle force to move this up or down. You can use your lint-free cloth to wipe down the entire visible part of the screws, removing old grease or filings. Personally, I find that using this Moto floss does a much better job at removing the old grease since it really gets into the grooves. Because the screws are enclosed, it's a little bit tricky to get the floss around them, but here is a trick. Fold an end of the floss end over end a few times and then pack it into the cavity. Lift up the gantry so that the screw turns and the floss will wrap around it and pop out on the other side. You'll need to take note of the direction the screw spins to make sure you put it on the proper side. Once it pops out, grab it with a pair of tweezers or needle nose pliers. Once you've got it wrapped around twice, you'll just pull the ends back and forth and it will give the screws a really good cleaning. I've got a link for this down in the video description. Now that the screws are nice and shiny, apply a thin film of lubricant grease. You don't need much. You'll probably go through the little tiny tube that came with your printer pretty quickly, so I recommend picking up a tube of this Lucas Oil 10533 white lithium grease, which I've linked below, as well as printing this applicator from BR1ACC that's available on MakerWorld. It makes the application much easier. Finally, move the gantry slowly up and down several times so the grease fully penetrates the threads. Once that's done, check for any excess at the top or bottom and wipe it off. The second and final quarterly item is the idler pulleys. These pulleys often get overlooked because they are not readily visible, but it's important to give them a little bit of TLC every 3 months. Let's start with the X-axis idler pulley. Here's what you need to do. There are 2 screws you need to remove. There is one on the front and one underneath. Once these are out, remove the left cover. Move the tool head, and when the timing belt deviates from the idler rib, apply a drop of lubricant oil. If there is abnormal noise from the idler gear and the rotating shaft, you can also add lubricant oil at this time. For the Y-axis idler pulley, since I already have the cover off, I just need to slide the heat bed back and add a couple of drops of lubricating oil to the pulley. Try to concentrate the oil on the sides of the pulley, not on the pulley face, as you don't want to get any oil on the belt. Again, the needle applicator works well for this step. Once complete, slide the bed back to the front of the printer and reinstall the cover plate. Make sure the tab at the front slides into the notch before snapping the rear of the cover in place. The last topic we'll cover is inspection of the filament cutter, driven wheel, and extruder gear. I'm not going to go through the full disassembly process for this, since it only needs to be done if you notice under extrusion or an extruder clog. I'll link the full tutorial from the Bambu wiki in the video description, as well as a link to my video on the Panda Claw upgrade that shows all of these steps. First, use an H2.0 Allen wrench to remove this screw which releases the filament cutter. Drop the cutter down to the side and inspect the blade. Replace it if it's dull or chipped. You'll probably want a good flashlight for the next part in order to get a good look. Inspect the extruder gear and the driven wheel for any debris or broken filament. I like to use this straight dental pick to clear out the fine teeth of the driven wheel. I'll put a link down below just in case you need one. This is another place where Bambu recommends using a blower to give the space a good cleaning. Once everything looks good, line the cutting blade back up with the slot, press the lever against the tool head, and replace the retaining screw. All right, that covers the full maintenance schedule for the Bambu Lab A1, including how to clean, lubricate, and inspect according to the manufacturer's own guidance. So go ahead, pat yourself on the back, plug it in, and turn it back on. If you stick to the weekly, monthly, and quarterly tasks and handle the lubrication of the X, Y, and Z axes as we walk through, you'll help ensure your printer stays reliable, precise, and quiet. Shh! If this video helped you, please take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future 3D printing maintenance, upgrade, and how-to videos. Also, check the description below for the links for the oil, grease, and applicators I use. They make maintenance much easier and cleaner. As always, I enjoy the time that we get to spend together here on the channel, so let's keep on learning, burning, printing, and growing together. Take care, everyone.